So good evening, everybody. This is Pete W here, and it is my privilege to be here tonight, doing commentary for the IRS Tier 1 division. As always, in Tier 2, no, we're going to see some great action tonight, and we are again at Silverstone for round one. Now, we are going to be getting going in about 10 minutes or so. As always in IRS, it's a short quali followed by a 50% race, which here at Silverstone is 26 laps. And definitely one of the best tracks on the calendar. Great for action. We've got two DRS zones down the Wellington and Hangar Straits in sectors 1 and sector 3. Very technical but fast speed circuit. So trying to find the right sort of setup is crucial here. Pit stops, we will see. One or two stops. Saw a mixture of both on Sunday in Tier 2 when we kicked off our campaign there. So we'll see what the drivers are able to put together tonight. Massive thank you to the admins and everyone for having me on board tonight for commentary, and I hope I do as good a job as Hella High did on Sunday. So it is round one. Everyone is on an even coil in terms of points, and be interesting to see who is leading at the end of the season. Would it be our reigning champion Connor? Could it be Jesse? Could it be our runner-up from last season, Elmo of the Void? We will see. Really, it's going to be some great action, I'm sure. And from what I understand, is there are quite a few new faces in the league. So who knows? Maybe someone will bring a surprise into the championship battle tonight. Britain is one of those tracks where we're going to get a lot of action, and kept it very clean instead on Sunday. So let's see. I'm sure it's going to be similar here, just a little bit more competitive. In terms of times for qualifying, should be interesting to see. I'm thinking we're going to be in the 28s, maybe the 27s, and really looking forward to it. $18 minutes of qualifying, so drivers 2, maybe 3 runs. We'll see. A little bit about Silverstone. So obviously, new layout. Layout's about 12 years old. We've got 18 turns in this circuit. About 6 in each sector, to be weird. So yeah, 6 in sector 1, 7 in sector 2, and 5 in sector 3. And I think the key ones are going to be turn 7 at the end of at the start of sector 2, so the first DRS straight, as well as turn 14, through Chapel. Very fast pace. So, and straight onto the Hangar Straight down to Stowe. Again, another key turn. A lot of opportunities to take there, be it on the outside or inside, going into turn 17, which is Vale. So, let's see. We'll be getting going in about 5 minutes, guys. And I will be back with you guys in just a couple of minutes. So, guys, anyone who is watching the stream, please, if you do have anyone that you're rooting on, please do drop a message in the comments. I will be able to see them and will respond. If there is any action you would like to see, also please do let me know. I do try to keep my eye on the action throughout the field. But if there is any battles you would like to see, please do drop me a message, i.e. on the stream, and I will do my best to get on top of that. Now, I see a couple of faces from who I raced on Sunday. Star Defender, who was our race winner in Tier 2. It's going to be really interesting to see how he does today. One, having already done the track, so we'll have a bit of an idea around tyre wear and whatnot, but also how Tier 2 compares to Tier 1 in terms of pace. So I'm hoping we're going to see him midfield. Currently 14 drivers, so top 8 would be really great. Not to rhyme, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, you're going to get a couple more in before, and obviously, whilst we are in quality, drivers will be able to join as well and take control of cars. So yeah, but yeah, Star Defender as well as Mario Bros. So the Williams and the Mercedes drivers, both Tier 2 drivers, stepping up to see how they compare to the likes of Elmo, Hella, Connor. Should be good. Now, as always in IRS, we do run dynamic weather. So is it going to be a dry or wet Silverstone? Obviously, conditions can change between sessions, and we've got and it can change in sessions. I remember getting one of my first race wins at Silverstone, funny enough, in way back when I started racing in a dry Silverstone which turned wet, and I was able to master that. So yeah, can always throw a spanner in the works for some drivers, but we do want to see some high quality action. There's so many good opportunities to overtake at Silverstone. It will be fun to watch. I imagine we are shortly going to be going to qualifying. Drivers are now starting to ready up, so let's see. Here we go. So just about to find out what the weather's going to be like for qualifying. And here we go for round 1 of Tier 1 here in IOS, and it's looking like a dry quali. Doesn't look like there's many clouds in the sky, so we will shortly be getting going. Let's just get some graphics up. So who's going to be our first driver out on track today? Like the drivers just getting their setup sorted does take a little bit of time. Wondering if any drivers will do their first run on a set of mediums. Obviously, it will depend on their tyre selection for the race. Definitely not a bad decision to go for the harder component setup. The hards do seem to have good pace around here, and it's looking like we're going to have a Kick Sauber and a McLaren coming out. So the Kick Sauber is going to be Tino, and the McLaren, is that Tish or LWB? We'll find out in just a moment. We've got a few drivers now coming out, and I believe we have got a few drivers coming out. So Tino Tobin, who was the second McLaren, or who was the first McLaren? That was Tish. So already 90 seconds into qualifying. Drivers just started to come around sector 1, sector 2. We've also got a Williams out. That's going to be Ben Hoskins. I'm just going to adjust my settings ever so slightly. That's a bit better. Yeah. So we're going to sit on board with the Kick Sauber Tino. Is everyone out on softs? Yes, they are. So only driver now left in the pits is Star Defender. But we'll stay on board with Tino. We're the first to cross the line, utilising that IRS down towards Abbey. So come through the sweeping S's towards Farm and into the loop. Some nice solid lines as we head up towards Village and then onto the DRS straight. DRS wide open. That's going to be a 27.1. Now, next up was Ben Hoskins. Well, how does his time compare? 27.1. We're looking about 3 tenths down on Tino and Tish. 27.4. Similar. So, sticking on board with Tino as we come round down the Wellington Straight and into Cups, Maggots and Beckett's. Sorry, Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. My apologies. And what are we looking at through Sector 2 here? It's going to be a 102.429. Ben, 102.828. And Tush, 102.987. So it looks like Tina out of the top 3 drive. However, he has already utilised all of his ERS. So his time crossing the line is going to be at 126.320. How about Ben? 123.20. 126.9. And Tish going to be in 127.286. Now, who have we got coming up? We've got the Donster in the Scuderia. He's now coming around the last few turns, but it looks like he's going for another lap. So, how about Melee? So they cross the line at 126.561, takes him third. Now, who else have we got? We've got Connor coming through Sector 1, Pink Eye in Sector 3. Elmo Sector 3, well, 102.582. That's a very competitive time for Elmo through Sector 1 and 2. As we come round to start finish line, and it's a 125.787 for Pink Eye Penguin. Very nice lap there. What about Elmo? Can he get into the top few? Second, 126.273. Where is Connor? Connor has invalidated. So let's have a look at Sky. Sky's coming around the last few turns. as Mario Bros goes to 128.526, currently sitting in 11th place. LWB at 125.909 second as so far. We've got, I don't think we'll see anyone. Oh no, we might see the Donster on the lap. Let's have a look. He's half a second up in sector 1 nearly. 7 temps up in sector 2. Now he's fine about 2 seconds, but he's utilised his EOS. What can the Ferrari driver produce here? Can he get closer towards the likes of Elmo and Tino? Coming around turn 17. Now through club and onto the Hamilton straight. It's 8th for 126.951. Hella high, currently sitting in 9th or 127 flat. Connor is on a lap. Let's sit on board with our reigning champion. (27.1). That's kind of close to Tino. Heading around Luffield. And now down to Woodcote. Sorry, down to Cops. That would be Cops. Still learning the names of the corners, guys, so bear with me. As we go through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. Looks like he got a little bit off the throttle there. That's going to cost him a little bit of time, but a 102.3, that is a very solid sector 2 time from the Mercedes driver there. As we come down towards Chapel. Sorry, not Chapel, Stone. And now through Club. What is this going to look like for Connor? Second, a 125.860. So, Star Defender yet to go out. The Haas driver Watsky has just joined, but we've got a couple of drivers on track. Elmo has gone faster in sector 1. Can he improve again? He's a couple of attempts down. Is this going to be an in lap now? We will see. Only 10 minutes to go here. But he's utilising that ERS and he bombs it into the pits. Okay, so that's that done. All drivers in the top 13 have set a lap. We've got Tino out again on an out lap, as well as a Mercedes I'm seeing on track, which would be Connor, but I think that's going to be an in lap. So let's sit on board with Tino. We've got a few drivers out now, including Star Defender, our tier 2 race winner on Sunday. So let's sit on board with Tino. See, can he improve on his time? Currently sitting fifth on a 126.3. Only 3 drivers to go sub 126 so far. So good timing there by Tino. Getting on that ERS nice and early. Lovely line there as we head down the Wellington Straight. And a 27.1, a good time there for Tino, not losing much to his fastest lap. Can he improve here through sector 2? I think he's got a low downforce setup based on the times he's hitting through sector 1. Through Cops, and now up to Maggots and Beckett's. Some very nice tight lines there as we come through Chapel. Gonna have a bit of traffic here, but he is nearly a 10th up on his time. This will be good enough for 4th at the moment, but can he get a little bit more as we come through Stowe? Is he going to pick up a bit of a slipstream? Hopefully none of the drivers ahead, and it looks like, did that V-carb get in the way there? I have an inkling it did, and it looks like, yep, Tino has abandoned that lap. He did get impeded there by the RB. Such a shame there for the Kick Sauber driver. So let's sit on board with Star Defenders currently in sector 1. It's going to be a 27.158. This is very close to Tino. But, oh, that's an invalidation. That is an invalidation. How about the Haas driver? What can he produce? Used a lot of ERS already, so 27.2, not far off the likes of Tino. Can we keep it in bounds as we come through Luffield? And now heading into Carbs. Maybe could run a little bit more of a line into Cops, but these are the important corners. Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. It's so easy to not just screw it up but invalidate. So a 102.829. Nice time there from the Haas driver as he's coming down. He's utilised most of his ERS as we go through Stone down to Vaughan Club. Only 6 minutes left to go here in qualifying. And it's 9th for the Haas driver. What about we have got Star Defender on another lap. As is Pink Eye. And he's improved on his time. Elmo a 10th and a half up nearly in Sector 1 on his time. And it is an improvement. 125.734. How about Elmo as he's coming through Sector 2, nearly 2/10 up. This is going to get him kind of towards the top 3. Can he find a little bit more in Sector 3 to really be challenging them? Gets on that ERS as he comes out of Stowe and down towards Vale. And now through Club. And it is a 126.006. Nice time there from the Aston Martin driver. How about Connor? He's about a 10th up through Sector 1. Let's watch his line there through Cops. A yellow flag in Sector 1. A nice line there from Connor coming out of Chapel. 10th and a half up. Could this be provisional pole? He's utilised most of his ERS. Hey Dusty, hope you're having a good one, mate. Hope you're enjoying the comms. And coming through the club, is it going to be pole for Connor? It is a 125.696. Great lap there from the Mercedes driver. That Donster is up to 6th as well, with a 126.333. We've got Mario Bros on our lap as well. What can he produce here through Sector 2? Running a bit wide there out of Beckett's into Chapel, but has that given him a better line? Well, he's 3/10 up through Sector 2. Needs to find about a second to be kind of in touch with Tish in 13th. Jesse has now joined us as well. Very glad to see that. Another one of the, I'm sure, championship contenders. And Mario Bros. Can he get closer to Tish? He does improve. He lost time in Sector 3 though. So we've got Jesse. He's just coming out for his out lap. We've got Connor. He's on an in lap. El Patron. Let's see. He's on a fast lap. He's utilising that ERS. So what can the Aston Martin driver do? Can he get closer to his teammate? He's currently 4 and a bit tenths behind him. Through Cops and Beckett's and Chapel. Getting a little bit on the curb there through Chapel. Just 3 minutes left here with quality. He's currently a 10th and a half down. Is he gonna pip? Nope, he's gonna go for it. He thinks there's still some time to be had in Sector 3. Can he find that time and get up past Verdonsta? He needs to find about a 10th. No, he can't. 3/10 down. I think that will be his last run. Now we've got Mali on a lap. Currently 4.5 tenths up on their time. This could be putting them towards 4th position for the Alpine driver. secretly rooting because I am an Alpine driver in Tier 2. So what can Mali do here? Fourth of 125.919 pips Elmo. Tino currently sitting as sixth. Did get impeded on his last lap, I do believe. So let's see what can he put there. And he's flat out through Cops and now down towards Beckett's. Nice exit there out of Chapel. 3/10 up. This also could be challenging the top four. What can the Kick Sauber driver produce here? Just a minute 58 to go. Any drivers wanting to get out are going to have to rush it now. And coming through Vale. Where did that come from? Wow. 125.661 for Tino there. And that is provisional pole. Jesse is coming through sector 2. He is on a second warm-up lap. Got a few drivers here. But I think our next driver to start a fast lap is going to... Well, Lellers in the V-Carb. Currently coming through to Farm and the Loop. Get a nice exit out of Village and then down the Wellington Straight. What can Lellers produce here? And we'll also compare their time to their teammate Jesse. A 127.166. What can Jesse produce here in the V-Carb? A 127.023. So about a tenth and a half up on their teammate. Lellis has used most of their ERS already, not saving much for Sector 3 and the Hangar Straight. What can Lellis put here through? Let's see what Jesse can produce here through Cops and Maggots and Beckett's, and it's a 2.347. That is the end of quali. But we're going to stay on board here with Jesse to see what they produce coming through the last few turns. Can Jesse pip Tino for provisional pole here? We're about to find out. It's going to be in the 25s. It is only 25.976. So that's sixth currently for Jesse. What can Elmo get here? I want to have a look. We've got Connor in Sector 2, Pink Eye in Sector 2, Elmo in Sector 2 coming through. Maggots and Beckett's exiting Chapel there. Very aggressive line. Can he get a bit of a slipstream here from the Williams ahead? It looks like he is. And he's going to come down now towards Stowe. Nice line there. What can Elmo do? Can he... Only need... If he can find a 10th, he's got 4th here. He doesn't. He finds 300s. Pipping Jesse, so Jesse down to 7th. Got Connor. We've got Pink Eye, 125.633. Connor. Did Connor get pole? He did. We'll find out his time limit, but he was to a quarter of a second up through Sector 2. Wow. A 125.296 for Connor. Pink Eye taking second with a 125.633. Tino third with a 125.661. LWB fourth. Mali fifth. Elmo sixth. Jesse seventh. Redonsta eighth. Ben Huskins ninth. Javier 10th. Star Defender 11th. Lellers 12th. Woski 13th. Hella High 14th. Tish 15th. And Mario Bros rounding off the grid in 16th. So, 16 drivers. What a lap there by Jesse. That was just absolute, not Jesse, sorry, from Connor. What a lap there from Connor. So we'll be getting going in a couple of minutes, guys. I'm just going to take a very quick drink break and I'll be right back. And I'm back. That was a very quick drink break. So 26 laps. It's looking overcast. So we'll see. I'm thinking that's just going to mean low temps. It doesn't look like rain is inbound. So, but it is about a 45-minute race. You never know, especially with the Great British weather. So we will see. As always in IRS, no formation lap, straight into it. So just, getting those tyres straight up to speed in race. Does that help? I guess there's that whole debate. Obviously you've got the formation lap to warm your tyres up. But the thing is, especially around some tracks, you can do like 7-8% warming up those tyres. Obviously, warming them up whilst battling hard is going to wear them quicker. But you've got nowhere to them when you start, and it could take you a couple of laps to kind of get up to what you would have spent on warming them up during a formation lap. So I mean, either. I personally prefer no formation lap. So I think it just allows the action to come straight in. No worrying about your pit entry into your starting position, and you're all on cold tires. So it's just not going too crazy into the first few turns as you warm those tires up. And seeing a message from Star Defender, good qualifying there, mate. Well done. Looking forward to seeing how you bring into the T1 guys tonight. Hope you all are enjoying the stream, and here we go, guys. Let's watch Connor's getaway. And we are go here at Silverstone. And a nice clean getaway from the top four. We got a couple of cars, one out wide through Abbey. As the Gatino is up to third. Patron Javier is up 5 places already. Dropping a couple there. This is going crazy. Patron has spun. It looks like from 5th down to 16th. We actually have 17 drivers. 2 more have joined whilst we were out. Our biggest winner is Tush up 3 places. But let's watch this battle for first. Connor and Pink Eye Penguin alongside each other as we come through Woodcote down to Cops. Pink Eye tucking in, but down to Cops. Oh, Connor definitely getting a better run there out of Cops. No DRS in the first lap. We have to wait till lap 2 for any DRS activation. As we head down the hanger straight for the first time of 26. Pink Eye sitting very nicely on that rear wing of Connor. As I think I saw Marley going a little bit wide there. The Ferrari of Donster defending very hard against Star Defender, who's up 3 places from 11th to 8th. And he's got a better line there as we come through Vega. What a move there by the Williams driver, up to 7th. Jesse up to 5th and keeping track. Now, we've got Javier in the pits. I wasn't sure that it looked like Jesse was losing traction there and kind of going into a spin, but it was just the line that we've got. So let's have a look at the tyres now that we've got a lap in. Let's have a look at the tyres. Most on mediums, a few on hards. We've got Mario, Leo Minor and Wolski on softs. Patron Javier has just pitted for hards. Good choice, I would say. but the vast majority are mediums. However, Connor is on hards. Question being, can he get these to about lap 14 to go on to the mediums? Because that's kind of, I think, the region where you need to be. We've already got a 3-second time penalty for hella high for track limits. Star Defender up to 6, but he's going to have some defending to do here. He's got Verdonsta and Elmo within DRS range. And it looks like the Donster is going to make easy work here. The AWS strategy stipulating a 2 to 3 stop. Is a 1 stop possible here? We will see. Tire deck is very high here. So, but Verdonsta getting past Star Defender into Cops. Nice clean break. We've got Pink Eye still rapidly on the hill with Connor. Pink Eye on the mediums, Connor on the hards. Got a nice little DRS train down behind Mali, but I also want to stay on board with this. Let's see, can Pink Eye start to make a push for that first position? He's not going to want to be stuck behind Connor, who's going to be on the more sustainable tyres, as well as overheating his engine, you know, being in the dirty air, which will also compromise his grip. So I'm sure he's going to want to get this move done sooner or later as we head down through Woodcote and down to Cops. Now we've got the top 5 all in, a nice DRS train here, and Elmo getting past Verdonsta, and he's got past Star Defender. So Elmo now the lead of this, as we've got Verdonsta and Star Defender going very wide through Cops. Is this going to allow Ben Hoskins and the other Williams through into this battle? Elmo, a lovely line there through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel, is now 3/4 of a second up on Donster already, and Star Defender, he's got his teammate right on his heels, defending well there, but yet Pink Eye still behind Connor. Connor running a bit wide there. Would that have been track limits? I think so, maybe. As LWB and the McLaren sets the fastest lap of the race so far, 129.789. Some amazing battling here so far. Let's... Elmo on the hard tyres. All the drivers behind him pretty much on it. As we see, Hella High has spun it out of Village and is down to 16th now. This battle for first really heating up, or the top 5 really heating up. Jesse struggling to keep with LWB. Let's have a... I want to see this battle. We've got Tish and Lellas as well battling and coming into Maggots and Beckett's. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. That's a Red Bull. And that's a full course safety car. It's a full course safety car as Liam Minor is our first retiree of the day. Now, is this going to see some pit stops being made here? I wonder. Yes, I mean, our race leader is coming off of the hards. Interesting to see what they do here. Is anyone not pitting? I wonder. Oh, we've got Star Defender there getting past Verdonsta, and a 10-second penalty for doing so. Will he be able to service in the pits, or is this going to be his second stop? I don't think it is, and that will be a massive destroy to his teammate as well, because not only are they double stacking, let's see what happens here for the Williams driver. Is he going to... He is not going to be able to serve it this time. That would have been such a harsh penalty on the second Williams driver. Mr. Bengoa saying that he's the only one that can pass in the pit lane. But we've got a little bit of a shake-up now that we've had the pits. I think everyone pitted there. Everybody pitted. So what are we looking at now for tyres? Now, the vast majority of drivers on the hards, these will be screaming for the 21 laps. I don't see them doing that. So we're going to have a few minutes of safety car. Currently let's look at the position change. Currently Jesse up 3 places from 7th to 4th. Lella's up 3 from 12th to 9th. Mario up 5 from 16th to 11th. Our current biggest losers, Marley down 3 places from 5th to 8th. Ben Hoskins, I think that's more to do with the double stacking than anything unfortunate. He did have to double stack behind his teammates. Down 4 places. Javier down 6, had already pitted. And on lap 1, due to, I'm presuming that would have been wing damage. Okay, guys, I'm just going to have another quick drink break. I'll be right back. Right, I'm back, guys. So we've seen now the dynamics change. We've got Connor and Pink Eye Penguin. Connor now on the mediums and Pink Eye Penguin on the hards. And we've got two 10-second penalties there. I do believe Star Defender got one for ignoring the other, and I know Patron did. So I'm going to quickly check the race director and see if that was the case. Did we get well, we got collisions there for Verdonster and Star Defender. I'm pretty sure Verdonster will have something to say about that. And then, yep, ignoring yellow flag, Star Defender and Patron have got 10-second penalties. So all 3 drivers who got penalties that lap have pitted to get rid of them. We've had Ben Hoskins leave the session. So if we've got any admin who are watching the stream, if you want to drop him an invite. Imagine we're going to have one more lap. Or this actually could be the last lap before we go racing again, I think. Because technically this is lap 3. Yeah. If the back 3 of Verdonster, Star Defender and Patron are able to catch up, we should be getting going again. Because it's going to be close. Especially with Javier just coming out of Lovefield. And now they're both coming down to Cots. I don't think we're going to get there. I don't think we will do. I think we're going to have one more lap. And then we'll get going again. Very slow moving Haas there. That's going to be building up. What is going on now? No, I'm not sure how I feel like. Was he getting a 10-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag? I'm going to presume that was falling too far behind the drivers in front. Been quite a few penalties here coming for ignoring yellow flags, so So this definitely will be the last lap. This is the 4th lap of safety car, so I do imagine I've never known on this game for it to go to a 5-lap DRS safety car, so Star Defender is going to have some pushing to catch up. Our defender just coming around left field now, as I'm sure we're about to go. Yep, safety car in this lap. So now Connor will be our de facto safety car. What I tend to do here is I sit on board a second to see how they react to the lead driver's launch. So shortly we will move on board with Pink Eye. I think Star Defender is just going to get back around to the pack, but his tyres will be warmed up. So let's sit on board with Pink Eye on the hards. Connor on those mediums. Swerving nicely, Pink Eye waiting, and Connor's gone. Good response there from Pink Eye. And we're racing again. Here in the IRS Tier 1 Round 1 here at Silverstone. And LWB has caught napping. Could he come under pressure from Jesse? Omo as well getting caught napping. He's 9 tenths behind Tino. And we've got a hella higher round. He's down to 60th. Star Defender getting past Tish. But Pink Eye staying very close to Connor. And we're heading down through Woodcote and down to Cops. Now Maggots and Beckett, who's going to get a better line out. LW and Jesse keeping on touch. All the drivers in the top 6 will be in a DRS train come the end of this lap if it stays as it is. Pink Eye using that ERS. Is he going to have a look up the inside into Stowe? No, he thinks better of. Drivers all moving in unison there. We've got a McLaren running a little bit wide there. That's going to be LWB. Can Jesse take advantage getting on the throttle a little bit earlier? Top 8 all going to be in the DRS train, and Mario is going to be under some intense pressure from the likes of Wolski, Verdonsta and Javier. But is Pink Eye going to go for a move now? He's got 95% battery and he's utilising that ERS early. He's going to have ERS. He's ploughing that battery. But no, he doesn't. Connor must have got a very good exit there out of turn 6. Out of Village. And we've got Jesse. Really pushing there. Sorry, I thought he had got a move done there, but no. We've got several moves here. Mario Bros down, Warski down. And we've got a very big DRS train now behind Verdonsta. So we come down the Hanger Straights. No moves being made here by our lead drivers. Let's have a look at his battle for 9th. Javier utilising that ERS as much as he can. But again, well, we've got a ghosting Williams. That's Ben Huskett, and I think he hasn't been able to get his computer restarted yet, so we'll see. And as we're looking, we've got Star Defender and Patron battling here. Let's sit on board with this battle. Yes, he does. He gets it around the outside of the loop. So we come through Village, a nice line there, and Star Defender will have the luxury of that DRS. Haven't got the move done in the DRS, after the DRS activation points. Wow, Pink Eye. He's looking up the inside of Cops. Is there going to be contact? No, there isn't. Well, Mercedes and the Red Bull going flat out through Cops. I'm wondering, that looks familiar to me. But these two managing to keep it off of each other. The dirty air is really going to be affecting entry and exit here for Pink Eye. but he wants to get this move done on Connor. He thinks this is the time. Led as a 3-second penalty for track limits. Is he going to do the outside the start? No, he doesn't. Connor blocks it off. Good defending there from the Mercedes. Okay. It's a battle for the lead. We've also got Tino right on the back of Jesse. A lot of drivers playing a very tactical game here. That's what I'm finding with this race. It's a lot more calculated than what I experienced on Sunday. But these top 7 separated by just a few seconds, all on the same straight, all within the IRS range. But is Marley about to fall out of the IRS range? They're going to have to make some time up on Elmo to see that happen. Let's have a look, but they will have some clean air. And I think Marley has just kept, yes, they have kept in the IRS range of Elmo. Oh, we've got a Red Bull around, and that is Pink Eye Penguin. Pink Eye Penguin is a round out of Beckett's, and it is another full course safety car. So a bit of a save there for Pink Eye, who was challenging so hard there for first. He'll definitely be needing to pit as drivers repit for the second time in 11 laps. We've got Sky staying out and Tino staying out on the hard tyres. Let's have a look at how old their tyres are. 7 laps? Not a horrible idea. Because the thing is, actually, I don't talk about pit stops until they've been done, just in case anyone's watching. But I personally think that's a very sensible idea. It's pure and simple. Excuse me. I do not see mediums going 14 laps. The Dunster on 1 lap old hards could be in a very good spot here, I think. Having just pitted, a pit stop around Silverstone is it's one of the longest on the calendar. I want to say it's about a 28-second loss. So about 18 under safety car. But those that can make like those hard tyres go long could be in a very good position here. Because I think the rest are going to struggle to get their tyres the distance. We've got 15 laps, essentially. 12 through 26 is 15 laps. On the mediums, even with 3 laps of safety cars, is going to be very challenging. So this race that's been by the Red Bull has definitely livened things up here. We've got, I'd say, about a half hour of racing left to go. And it is all to play for. It is all to play for. Any more drivers coming into the pit lane? I don't think so. I think all the stops have been done for now. We've got a few drivers now pitting. Latter drivers, Pink Eye pitting again. Maybe looking at going on to used hards or fresh hards. We'll see right now. Can't imagine they'd be looking at anything else apart from mediums. Nope, fresh hards. So could be a very good move from a driver with some very serious pace. Okay, he's going to be at the back of the grid, but we've got 14 laps and that probably will be their last pit stop. And by the time that we get going at the end of this lap, perhaps might be just 10 seconds behind our leader. So yeah, But currently on lap 13, we've got LWB in first in the McLaren, Tino in second in the Kick Sauber, Tush in third in the McLaren again, a ghost in Ben Hoskins in fourth on the Williams, Connor in fifth on fresh mediums in the Mercedes, Jesse sixth for the Raging Bulls, Elmo in seventh, Marley in eighth, Lellas in ninth, the Donster in 10th, Javier in 11th, Star Defense 12th, Mario Bros 13th, Warski 14th, Hella High 15th, and Pink Eye riding off the grid now. Possible we could get on this lap. It's a long catch up from where Pink Eye is to the back of Hella High, especially at the speed we're going down. I think it's going to be tight, so we're definitely going to have another lap of safety car. I'm wondering if any of the lead drivers are going to think, is this now the time to get onto a fresh set of mediums, for example, and go for it? I'm wondering if any of them are going to be thinking that. Would appear not. Oh, we've got... I thought we had a Ferrari darting into the pits there, but Donster staying out. Mario Bros has left the session. If any admins are able to send an invite. Hella High into the pits. Will they be going onto a fresh set of mediums, I imagine? Probably that would be the smart move. We'll say, what is the Ferrari driver going to do here? I've noticed that, Dusty. Yeah, I mean, he's been battling Connor for basically 12 laps. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. It looks like Keller High is coming out on used hards. 4-lap-old used hards. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. But something's definitely going on at the back here. Looks like these two drivers are having a bit of a game glitch, maybe? I'm not quite sure. Obviously, Warski was ahead of Pink Eye, but I think it's going to be interesting to see, because I think the lead drivers like Connor, Jesse, Elmer are going to struggle to keep their tyres good for 13 laps. I mean, it is doable, but they're going to struggle. And the Delta will definitely be with the hards by the end of the race. So we'll see. But again, it's down to Pink Eye progressing through that field as we get the notification that the safety car is in this lap. So, as I said before, sit on board. I always sit on board a second to see how they react to the lead driver's launch. So, on board with Tino, how do they react? Taking it very easy here, not wanting to catch the safety car. And he is gone. LWB has gone. Good reaction time there by Tino. Tush getting left a little bit behind. Oh, Tino locking up into turn 17 there. That's going to cost him, and that's going to put him on the defensive right from the get-go now. So 1.2 seconds for LWB into the lead. Connor up to fourth. The quicker drivers passing the AI of Ben Hoskins, who's been unable to enjoy. Dorian cheering on Connor. Oh, Connor and Tish are side by side. Elbows out overtake there from Connor, but what a move from the Mercedes. Wow. Any battle. We've got... I want to watch this battle. We've got Elmo getting past the ghosting Ben. I'm sure he'll be plummeting down the field with the quality of the drivers. But can he now get past Tish? On one, he is on fresh mediums. Tish on old hards. It shouldn't be too much of a push here for the Aston Martin driver. Tino getting a 3-second penalty for track limits. That is not... He's not going to be happy with that. As Elmo, ERS open, he's got the outside line into Cops. Will he get the move done beforehand? Yes, he does, and that is 4th place now for 2 seconds down the road, Connor. Where is Jesse? Jesse has dropped. I'm guessing Jesse must have had an issue, but we see, wow, an Aston Martin centre round. We've got Jesse down to 11th. We've got Pink Eye in 13th. Wow, I mean, what a difference a lap can make. Connor up to 2nd, Jesse down to 10th. These guys were side by side each other. And Connor 7/10 behind LWB now. I think, is it a case of when, not if, Connor gets past? We've got Lellers on the back of Tush. Are they going to go for a move? No. Oh, we've got the McLaren defending heavy. Real elbows out here. Can Lellers get the move on around the outside? Nope. They're alongside wheel to wheel as we head down towards Cops. Who's going to get the better exits? Both of them getting good exits there. Heading down into Maggots and Beckett's. Oh, that's definitely going to be a track cut there from Star Defender. Yeah. What a DRS train this is behind Tush, but Tush holding their own there. All drivers of similar levels, and we've got the Donster Star Defender getting elbows out there. And Jesse now right on the back of the Donster. The Racing Bulls driver and Lellers the Star Defender colliding there. Lucky neither of them off track, but Star Defender getting passed by the Donster. Pink Eye 129, 193. And now up to 11th. Connor still behind Sky. LWB doing very well. This is wheel to wheel battling here. The Ferrari right on the back of Tish. And Jesse taking the slipstream as well. But can Jesse get the move done? The Donster has Jesse around the outside. Bit of a touch there with the Ferrari. Who's going to get a better line out of Luffield? Jesse does. 2 places in 1 for Jesse. Next up, his teammates. Pink Eye getting past Tush as well before Cops. And a very compromised exit there from Tush, losing out to Star Defender. The McLaren driver, have they made a little bit of a whoopsie staying out on those? So we've got a Aston Martin around that. Is Javier, and there's a car off the track there. There's a car off the track. Who was that? Not sure. I want to say that was Lellers. That was Lellers, yeah. Lellers around. And Jesse defending heavy from Pink Eye Penguin. Some serious gains here from the Red Bull driver, who's got past the Donster Star Defender and Tush in 1 lap. Can he now get past Jesse and down the road? We've got a nice battle shaping up here for first. Sky doing sorry, not Sky. I keep saying Sky because the G and not a Y. LWB doing an amazing job here to hold off our reigning champion Connor. And these are going to be like 14 lap old hard tyres now. But Connor down the straight. Has he got the move done into Brooklands? No, he hasn't, but around maybe Luffield, who's going to get the better exit. Wheel to wheel there. Connor around the outside has got that move done on LWB. LW tucking into the slipstream there as we go through Cops. A very wide there from Tino and maybe Elmo as well. I'm not 100% sure. Miley not being able to keep up with this battle for first, but holding their own in 4th. Sorry, 5th, not 4th. Pink Eye Penguin has got past Jesse. He's now going to be moving threats. 8 laps to go here at Silverstone, including this current one. And Pink Eye's pushing. Nearly dropping Jesse already. Seeing a driver bombing it into pits. I want to say that was Star Defender. Yes, it was. They're going to be pitting for hard. Sorry, body softs. Pink Eye 129 won another fastest lap from the Red Bull driver. They are pushing. They want to catch up to Westfield, and I don't. I think they've got that potential. They've got the speed right now. I would have to agree there, Dusty. This is where the fresh hards are going to come into their element. The drivers that are maybe 14, 15, 16 lap hards are going to be really struggling. And it's going to be a case of, do they go for the pit? Yeah, we'll say. Tush is in the pits as well, in the McLaren. So clear indication then that his hards were not doing the job for him, so they pitted down to 15th. You will still get 1 point for points paid in the top 15 here, and that would have definitely been track clearance there for Marley, but they're now on the back of his DRS train, and Connor has lost LWB, and Tino needs to get a move on. Like, he's obviously got that 3-second penalty right now. That's going to see him potentially drop to 6th. So they're going to want to get a move on. And I've definitely just seen rain on my screen. I've definitely just seen a bit of rain on my screen. With 7 laps to go here, are we about to get a wet race at the home of Formula One, Silverstone? Let's see. The drivers, this I think is where the fresher tyres are really going to play element. But there is definitely rain in that sky. The question being, how quickly is it going to come? Leonard's in the pits. I'm interested to see if... And we've got... El Patron has lost it through cops. Leonard's going on to Sauce. They're thinking it's not going to get hard enough for wets. I think where they were, I might have gone for the gamble. But we're now again green flag racing. Lellers and Tush are going to be battling, coming out the pits. But watching this battle here for second, I think Connor may well have this in the bag, but it's not. It's definitely not guaranteed. We've got Pink Eye catching up to this DRS train, and it is still a DRS train. DRS has not been deactivated yet. And as we head down towards... Sorry, blank there. Oh, the driver's starting to struggle for grip. We've got 6 laps to go. We're definitely losing time here. These guys are about 3 seconds down on the fastest lap. Is the crossover coming? I think it is. I think we're going to start to see people paying for inters. For me, 4 to 5 seconds. And then you need to start thinking about inters. And right now we're about 2 to 3 seconds down on Delta. And it's only going to get worse. So... a 3-second time penalty for Lellers. They're really struggling on those soft cars. I'm imagining they're struggling to get them into the temperature, getting them into heat. So yeah, but we've got Pink Eye and Marley battling. Star Defender has retired. I want to say that's a pit lane retirement. It doesn't. No, it looks like it's on track retirement, but it's just a yellow flag. Marley running wide there, out of cops. Definitely not flat out at this point in time, but yep, no yellow flag, so no safety car, thank goodness. I think if it was, we would be seeing people pit. But Pink Eye up to 5th. Can they get the move done on Elmo? Can Elmo defend hard here? Both on very similar tyres, and I think obviously the delta difference isn't going to be there now so much with this wet weather. So these drivers do, huh? Ooh, and Elmo running wide there through the loop, and Pink Eye getting the move done through Village. Pink Eye now on for, well, is now got a podium position. Tino with just ahead of him, 3-second penalty. A little bit of slippy slidey there from all 4 drivers there. What a view this is. Is Letters now pitting for Inters? Yes. This could be interesting. But sitting in 14th, they are guaranteed 2 points if they finish. We'll see how they do, if they can progress enough to start battling the likes of Tish again. Still, DRS is activated. We can see the wings open. I think Pink Eye is going to be wanting to get that second. Can they get the move done through Stowe? No, but as we head down towards the last few turns, runs deep there into Vale and out of club and has got that move done. Is up to third on track. Next up, LWB and the McLaren. Only 2.2 seconds back from Connor. This has been an amazing comeback drive from Pink Eye. Helped out a bit by the safety car, but still some amazing overtaking here from that Red Bull driver. Yeah. We've got any other battles? We've got a decent battle here for, I want to say, 8th. Jesse looks like he's got a little bit more pace than the Donster, but the Donster is still within DRS range, as is Marley on Elmo. Can the Alpine driver get the Aston Martin driver? Don't know who to root here for, my teammate or like one of my favourite guys in the league. But with just 3 laps to go, I'm going to be interested to see what Leather's times are like. We'll see where they're at in a lap's time compared to Tish. Definitely looks like they've got a lot more grip there coming through the back end. And we've got Tino. He has hit a wall coming out of Chapel and has definitely lost a good part of their wing. They're going to have to pit, and are they going to pit onto the Inters? I would imagine so. But that is going to be devastating for the Kick Sauber driver, who's now plummeting down the field. So the Inter's definitely the choice tyre now, but is it too little too late? I don't see Lellas gaining 18 seconds in 3 laps to even catch up to Tush. Pink Eye, through all that excitement, Pink Eye is now up to second, within DRS range of Connor, with 3 laps to go. I think we've got a battle here for the lead. We are going to have a battle here for the lead. Striking distance, maybe a 1 lap, if that. But what a much better line there from Pink Eye than Connor. Connor's going to be feeling this pressure. He's going to be seeing that Red Bull edging closer and closer, knowing that his tyres are going to be in better condition. Connor is going to have to pull out all the stops here now. Connor I wouldn't say used a lot more battery, but Pink Eye just seems to have better traction through the corners. As we come through Maggots and Becks into Chapel, that was, it looked like Pink Eye had to cut off there so that he didn't collide into the back of Connor. Maybe that's what happened last time, but DRS still activated. Those Inters are not paying dividends. If anything, I would say, they're probably, they're not coming in and they're going to start overheating now, but with 2 laps to go, this is definitely the battle to watch. Marley is right all over the back of Elmo, as is Jesse. Verdonster has got past Jesse. Missed that, but that is a good battle as well. We've got 3 good battles here in the top 7. I imagine they're all going to go down to the last lap. But it just looks like Pink Eye has got so much more available in that car compared to Connor. Is he saving it for the last lap? We'll see. And he's opening that DRS and DRS. How much more has he got? He goes to the inside, and can he get the move down into Brooklands? He's passed, but it's not complete as Connor has the inside line through Luffields. And they're going to be wheel to wheel. There's a touch there. but nothing untoward. These two are going to continue battling as we head down through Woodcote and into Cops. I think LWB is set for third. As long as they don't make any mistakes in this last minute, 2 minutes. But Connor really struggling there out of Chapel. Could this be Pink Eye's opportunity? Is he going to go for the inside or the outside? He's going to go around the outside of Cops. And does the Red Bull driver get the move done? He slides. There's contact. There's contact. The two have made contact there. And Pink Eye is up to third. Connor down to third. And LWB up to second. I think we may well see a shield report there, but leading into the last lap is Pink Eye. Marley still within DRS range of Elmo. The Donstar has pulled out. Has Jesse got damage? No, Jesse just really struggling on those mediums. The Donstar and the Hard's definitely proving their worth here. Connor's going to be thinking, I want that second back. Otherwise, if there is a report, could inadvertently hand them win to LWB. What can the Mercedes driver do here? I think it's too late. The mediums have definitely lost their ability. And we've got the Donster closing in on Marley. I think, let's see, could this be? Could we have a final sector showdown between these two? Or even these three? Elmo has been caught up by Marley as well. The Donster, what's their exit out of Chapel like? Oh, Marley has run wide. Jesse has got a 3-second time penalty. The Donster gets a little bit shaky there, but can they now? I don't think so, no. So let's sit on board with the Red Bull. Pink Eye. 3.5 seconds ahead of Connor, and he's going to take the check flag here at Silverstone in round 1 of IRS. Sky sliding across the line in second. Connor will take third and last place on the podium. Elmo fourth, Marley fifth, the Donster sixth. Jesse will come to cross the line in seventh. Warski, a solid drive by the Haas driver, who's going to finish 8th, up 5 places from their qualifying position of 13th. Oh, Warski has lost it. He's lost it in the last few corners, and Warski has dropped to 10th, 9th after penalties. Mario Bros taking 8th in the last few turns. Hella Hike finishing in the pits. Wow, I mean, I don't know what to say. That was an eventful race. I feel like it's hard. This is a really hard decision for me for driver of the day. It's between two drivers for me. I think I've got to give it to Pink Eye. I mean, they battled hard, they battled aggressively. Probably the only person that was able to bring it to our reigning champion. Chose the right tyres at the right time, took them the distance, and gained 8 or 9 places after that safety car restart in tricky conditions as well. So I think for me, our race winner, Pink Eye, is going to be my driver of the day. And this is what you want to say. British 1, 2, 3 at Silverstone. What a race. And well done to our podium sitters, who were Pink Eye Penguin in first, LWB in second, Connor in third, Elmo fourth, Marley in fifth, the Donster in 6th, Jesse 7th, Mario 8th, Wartski 9th, Tino 10th. So unlucky to lose it through Chapel there in the last few laps. Hella High 11th, Ben Huskins 12th, but I believe he was AI in. Tush 13th, Lella's 14th, and he is the last of our classified finishers. Our non-classified today are Star Defender, Javier, and Leo. Guys, this has been Pete W. I really hope you have enjoyed the comms. I will be alternating on Tuesday, so I will be back with you guys in 2 weeks' time. It's been some amazing action. Really enjoyed it, and I hope you've enjoyed my comms. Thank you so much, Dusty. And we will see you all again on Sunday for Tier 2 at Qatar. Have a great week, guys, and take care, everyone. Bye.